For the longest time in my life, I was a depressed, miserable mess. I would never leave my room. I would always sit down and play video games. I would play video games with my friends. My friends would log off the video games and I would continue to grind. And then I would continue to grind the next day by myself. And even though I knew I had to do certain things, like I had a test to study for, or I have to really work on this YouTube thing that I'm passionate about so that I can finally make a change in my life. But instead I would sit down and play video games. I was a very negative person. I would definitely say I was pessimistic. You know, trying to find the bad in every single situation. Trying to be super emo and depressed, like, oh my guy, I'm so depressed, oh my demons. And I would never have anything positive to say to anybody I would be talking to. Strangers, friends, family. I would always be negative. I remember I had this one teacher when I was in high school and she was overwhelmingly positive. She kind of made it like her brand. That's the defining character of her. It was kind of annoying, I can't lie, because it was like overly joyful, but it was really admirable at the same time. And I would look at her and say, why can't I be like that? Why do I have to be depressed all the time? If I had to say one thing, one single greatest thing you can do to make yourself happy, genuinely happy, not some fake happiness, actually content with yourself, is you stop being so selfish. What I mean by that is stop thinking about yourself all the time. I don't want to be depressed. You know how many people out there who have mental health problems, they overthink all the time, low self-esteem, super insecure in their mind all the time. You're not really all that different from them. You're actually pretty average if you have these feelings. If you want to make yourself happy, make the other people around you happy. As I can say, especially if you're a man, you can agree with me on this. Doesn't matter what happiness you feel for yourself. When you see your mum who's happy and proud or whatever, or if you see like your friends who are happy, it doesn't matter what you're feeling, you just automatically become happy as well, just by spreading joy to other people. How amazing is that? You save yourself by saving other people. Imagine you meet that one dork, like total nerd of a human being, and they hate themselves and they don't talk to anybody, they have no friend or social group, they just play like whatever geeky nerd game you want to think of all day, and you go up to them and you actually have a conversation with them and you try and lift them up spiritually, try to connect to them and be passionate about them, be genuinely interested in them, and then you leave a positive impact on them. And then when they walk home, they have a little bit of energy in their walk. You know, they're lifting their head up a little bit, their shoulders a little back, chest puffed out, they're a little more confident in themselves. And you did that. And then that confident state gives them the clarity to think that I want to change my life for the better. And then they start doing good habits, getting rid of bad habits. They think to themselves, what do I want to do? What are goals that I want to achieve? And then they start making progress towards that. And it all just stemmed from you complimenting them. They weren't thinking selfishly like, oh, you should be making me happy. Obviously, there are going to be some just terrible people. Doesn't matter how much you try. They're going to be negative. And I'm not telling you have to be some happy monk who is always joyful all the time and can't feel sadness. I feel plenty sad, confused, stressed myself all the time actually. But when you're talking to other people, all I'm saying is when you're talking to other people, put a smile on. Give them a compliment, a genuine compliment that you actually appreciate about the other person. Try and lift up their spirits. And maybe if you do that a couple of times, you won't be such a loner, depressed loser, mess of a human being.